Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to another Wake Up with YPN. Today's episode is sponsored by Hills Bank. Today, I'm really excited to be here with Pretorius, who is the chair of our Forms Committee down at ICAAR, and we are going to be discussing the benefits that they have been working on with a new construction addendum. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. For those who may not know you very well, would you introduce yourself, how long you've been in the business, and how you got involved with ICAAR and the Forms Committee?
Sure. I've been in the business for a long time. This is going on 14, almost 15 years now that I've been in the real estate industry. I've been on the Forms Committee longer than I can remember. I think since 2014, but I'm really excited about this form we're going to talk about today. We've discussed this on and off for the last 10 years. And just in the last year, we decided this form is really necessary. And we put a lot of time and effort into it. And I'm really excited to have this for our membership.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I can't wait to learn about it and share about it this morning. For those who aren't familiar with the Forms Committee, could you share a little bit about what they do, when they meet, and kind of what their goals are?
Yeah. So Forms Committee is a great committee. I mean, we're creating all the content that all our membership gets to use. So it's a very important committee. It's a very diverse committee. We have a lot of members on it. So we have a lot of people with opinions and ideas and great innovation that we're able to continually stay ahead of the changes in the market. And this form is one of them. And it's going to be a great thing to add to our membership benefits.
Yeah. And the latest accomplishment that we're talking about today is that new construction addendum. You shared that it's been in the works for a little while. Can you share some of the inspiration and what kind of began this change?
Yeah. So first of all, the Forms Committee's kind of culture that we've had for the last about 5-6 years is that rather than create multiple different forms, we're going to create more universal forms with addendums to attach to it. So this would be using a standard of purchase agreement, but then when you do a new construction sale, being able to attach the addendum to it to add the language that our typical purchase agreement, which is really meant for resales, doesn't address. And so those would be items like, say, inspections, right? When you buy new, like say you're buying like a new car, your expectations are much higher than a resale. I might have a couple scratches. So we need to address those extra expectations, the extra warranties that come with new construction, making sure that all the building permits and the building's done to code, various items that we just don't address in our typical residential real estate contract. This addendum is going to make sure that we can address those items.
That's awesome. How long have you guys been working on getting this approved and through the Forms Committee?
Yeah, so and that's a great question, because I think the Forms Committee deserves a lot of credit, because we spend a lot of time deliberating, going back and forth, getting attorney opinions. Because remember, we don't have law license. We just create the ideas and innovation that therefore then go to the attorneys who then put together these forms for us. And so the legal contracts go back and forth. They take quite a long time. This is probably a little over a year in the works. And so even though I'm the chair this year, this started last year under other people's leadership and is just finally coming to our membership.
Yeah, I think that's a really exciting change. And I know you guys have been working on it for a long time. And thank you and your team for all of that work. By the way, anyone tuning in, if you have any questions, please put a question in the comment, because we have a great resource with Adam being here this morning, and he can answer all of those questions. When will that new form be implemented for people in the association to be able to utilize it?
So the Form Committee, which we meet every month, we're meeting again here on Wednesday. And as I understand, we just got the board of directors approval at their last meeting. So once we have a form in its final draft, we kick it, the committee kicks it up to the board of directors, and then they vote on it. And if they vote to pass it, or if they vote to send it back for additional changes, but if they pass it, then we can get it to the membership. So we should have this here actually come April. We're going to discuss it in our forms meeting coming up this Wednesday, but we're really excited about this form. I think it's overdue, and I think a lot of people are really excited about it, especially since the changes, since the pandemic. We had supply chain issues and other various issues where new construction it became so relevant and an important part of our sales market that we had to just add language to protect the general public and our clients.
Yes, definitely. And it sounds like you guys are really close to that finish line. How would you recommend agents be prepared to use that form when it comes out? How can they best educate themselves on those new changes?
Yeah. I mean, I think a lunch and learn coming up would be great, but I mean, you can reach out to anyone that's on the forms committee. Would be happy to explain it to you. I think the biggest thing to understand about this form is we had a long debate on whether to create a static or a dynamic form, meaning a form where you have all the check boxes and the options and you check, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C for each option. Or do we create a static form that just has the options, they're stated as they are, and if you want to change them, then it's up to you to then under paragraph 27 either stricken it or say pursuant to paragraph 3 of the construction addendum, blah, blah, blah. We decided that having a static form would be easier to use and easier for our membership than having a dynamic one. So this form is a static form, meaning the 9 options that we have here, or I'm sorry, there's 10 options. They're automatically in there. So if you don't want something, then it's up to the agent to stricken it or remove it. And so this is a good starting place for having the conversation. Obviously, each new construction, each builder is going to be different and have different preferences. Maybe there's something they want removed. Maybe there's something you wanted added. But this is a really solid foundation for getting those terms out there. And I think there's a lot of really exciting content in here that I really think the first step that agents should do is they really should read this form, become familiar with all 11 items so that they know what they are. And they know then on that transaction that they're attempting to purchase, whether it's mid under construction or if it's not even, it's just dirt, maybe it hasn't even started the foundation yet, to know where, what items might be relevant for that transaction. And maybe in some cases, which items you want to stricken and not use.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing. And when you have forms like that, it really gets the conversation started with your clients. That way they understand too that there are options and there's not just one way to purchase new construction and work through that process. What other projects is the Forms Committee working? Are you able to share any things that you guys are working towards in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, these are all preliminary, and like we talked about earlier, things take a long time. There's a lot of discussion, a lot of debate, a lot of back and forth, and we have to kind of get things hashed out a little bit more. But we're currently looking at making some changes to our listing agreement to address the latest lawsuit that occurred in Des Moines on who owns possession of the property. Is it the listing brokerages? Is it the agent themselves? We're going to address that a little bit and look into that. We're also looking to add a marketing addendum to the listing agreement just to protect proprietary on all the expenses we as agents spend on photography, 3D tours, floor plans, and aerial, how to protect those interests. And so that's going to be really exciting to have that form come out for membership as well. And we're always looking for new ideas. If you have ideas, shoot us an email. We'd love to you can shoot it to Megan and she'll get it to the Forms Committee or send it to someone on the Forms Committee.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And you guys meet once a month, which means that you're able to talk through very timely ideas and changes. It does, like you said, take lots of time and processes and steps to get you to implementing changes. But I'm really excited that you're close to the finish line and almost able to publicize that new construction addendum. I think that's going to be really exciting and useful as we move forward this year. Is there anything else about the new construction addendum or things that you would like to share with our viewers today?
I mean, 40% of my sales are all in new construction, so I'm used to it. I live it, I breathe it, I do it every day. The idea of this form, though, is for the person that doesn't, right? The person that doesn't get to do this all the time, just to remember what options are out there. So this form is meant to be just a kickstart to make sure that you can stay always up to date and refreshed and knowing exactly what you need to do and give your clients the highest service. So we're really excited about the form. Like any form, changes are going to occur. So please keep sending us feedback. If you have things that are working, things that aren't working, things you'd like to see changed, we'd love to hear back from you as we start getting more members using this form.
Yeah, and the most important thing that people can do is read the forms. I know that seems like an easy step to take, but just being prepared when you sit down with your clients, like you had said, and going through and knowing what the content is and asking questions when needed. And as you mentioned, you do a lot of new construction. And so I just want to do a quick plug for a class that you are going to be teaching on March 29th here in just just over a week. That class is going to be from 8 a.m. to noon down at the ICAAR office. So if you are interested in learning about all things new construction and really creating a stronger foundation for your business, and getting to hear from a person who does new construction for quite a bit of their business, Adam would be a great resource, and I think he's going to do a great job teaching that class. So to our viewers, if you are interested, go to icar.org and register for that. It is almost sold out.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Spoiler alert, though, the class is free. So it's a great resource where you can build your business and get in there. So go on icar.com, register for that class. And Adam, I think you're going to do a great job at sharing your insights with your students that day. So.
Yep, I got a lot of great tips I'm excited to share and hopefully help those that aren't in the new construction. Maybe it's time for you to think about diving into that market. And I got some great tips on how to get in there. So I hope everyone that comes, there's a lot to learn, and I'm really excited to spill some secrets.
Yeah, thank you so much for being willing to share your secrets and insight with our association. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't think we have any viewer questions. I think that's because you do such a great job of answering our questions in such an efficient time frame. If anyone does have questions after we're done being live, feel free to put them in the comments below, and we'll get those answered either with our staff, or we'll pass those questions along to Adam. Adam, I hope you have a great week. Is there anything else that you'd like to add today before we sign off?
I would just like to thank all the memberships on our forms committee. You know, these committees only work with our volunteers, and there's a lot of us on there that have worked really hard. So proud of everyone on there, and I'm really excited about this forum. So
perfect. Thank you so much to you and your forms committee for all of your work. And we appreciate you coming on this morning to give us a little sneak peek as what's to come with that new construction addendum.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, have a great week. Bye-bye.